everyone. Welcome to another episode of Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. This is the podcast where we talk a lot about old, classic action, VHS-era action movies, 80s, 90s, and some now.
We'll get there.
I'm Dan. Where'd you come from? I didn't even intro you yet.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
Go. Go.
I'm Dan. Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Give Me Back My Action Movies. I'm Dan, and there's Charlie.
I am here.
You rad bastard. All right. Way to mess up my intro, pal.
That's what I'm known for.
That's what you're known for. Everyone, this episode, as you can read, is about Con Air. And this is a movie that Charlie and I both liked quite a bit. Kind of just pulled it out of, thin air, no pun intended, and decided to do this one this time. But, we're going to talk a little bit about this. But first, before we do that, Charlie, I want to pick your brain and get into the last episode, the big crossover spectacular with you, myself, and one Senior Sludge.
Oh, yeah? You're going to pick my brain.
What do you think about that? Did you have a good time with that one?
I had a blast on that show. I really did. Sludge was an excellent guest. Everybody needs to go check out his show if you have not. If you love giant monsters, other monsters, I did another episode about undersea monsters. So we kind of cover all spectrums of monsterism over there.
I had a good time with that show. I liked having another person to bounce things off of as well. It was fun. It was kind of like directing multiple people as we went. So it was good to get a different voice on this particular show.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really good. No, it sounds like, you're tired of me. That's what that sounded like.
No. I mean, 13 years, 14 years?
We've done this math. I don't know how many times on the show. A long ass time.
Yeah, we've known each other too much. But no, it was fun to have him on there. He's broke the news, right?
There's we've done a teaser. We're doing what we said we hate that movies and other things do. We've dropped a teaser about the next collaboration, and
yes,
I think it's pretty blatant what that one is. So you know what, I say we announce it. I say we.
First of all, we've told everyone that we are doing a collaboration. He's been on our show, and we're going to do a collaboration now on his.
Yeah, we're going there. So
feed.
To hear it, everyone has to go to Sludgecast Monster Movie Stomp Down.
Right. So you heard him on our feed. We're going to go to his feed next. Like Charlie said, you know what, Charlie? I'm not announcing it. I'm not going to say anything to anybody. If you want to know, if you want to have any idea of what that's going to be, pop over, find his socials, find him on the Facebooks, find him on Instagrams. He has Instagram, right?
He has Instagram. It's on the group. It's in the Give Me Back My Action Movie group.
That's right. It is in the group. So if you haven't seen it in the group yet, you haven't figured it out, go back to the group or just jump on his socials, check it out, and get an idea of what's coming next.
I think that's a better way to do it. Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. And I will tell you, essentially, there's a really famous meme with two guys grasping arms.
Okay. Yeah, I know where you're going.
So there's
the ultimate bro moment.
There's that's going to be our little
that's our hint.
Clue. That's our hint. So, all right. Thanks again, Sludge, for coming on the show 2 weeks ago now. So, as it dropped last week.
Yeah, but it's last episode, so
exactly.
Still like that.
Everyone out there, everyone in the group, first of all, thanks for being part of the group. Thanks for listening to the show. If you've listened to the show, you like it, share it with others. Get people to listen to more of these episodes, get more interactive in the group, have a good time. If you are listening to this for the first time, get in our group if you're not there already. If you are, then cool, you're already there. You already heard all this. Thank you very much.
That's right.
Charlie, do you want to talk a little bit about the newest incarnation of what has come out of the Give Me Back My studios?
Well, yeah, not everybody knows this, just some of our close personal brain trust. We've created a second group called Give Me Back My Horror Movies. I'm scared. So, as of this recording, it's only been up for a couple of days, and we are already cresting really close to 250 members. Um, it's going really good, and in doing that, we are also going to be doing an additional podcast.
Yes, it'll be, and if you don't like my voice, it's fine. You won't hear it very often on that one. So
No,
this is going to be the first spinoff, if you will, of this podcast. It's going to be the familiar voice of Charlie,
that's
and
right.
we're going to be adding a new voice to the cast of characters. It'll be Nate.
Yep.
Nate and Charlie will be doing the Give Me Back My Action Movies version of horror movies.
Yeah, it's
So,
called "Give Me Back My Horror Movies."
yeah, pretty simple. We're not very creative sometimes when it comes to naming
Hey
and
man,
branding. So.
we work with what we have and what we know.
That's right. I just stay cute. Charlie just stays big. We're even. That's just what we do.
I think that's backwards.
No, you're taller than I am.
I'm taller, but I'm cuter.
Uh,
I have the beard. You keep shaving yours off.
well, yeah. I don't want to hide this face all the time
Oh, that's what it is.
because I'm dead sexy.
Nobody needs to see this face without a beard. I'll tell you that right now.
I've seen that face without a beard. That is frightening.
But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on in the behind the scenes. That's not all that's going on in the behind the scenes. We're not ready to announce.
No.
No, there's more announcements to come. But for now, there will now be an additional group. Go visit Give Me Back My Horror Movies, and be on the lookout for the next podcast. Not the next one following, but the next addition to the podcast channel will be Give Me Back My Horror Movies with Charlie and Nate.
Yes, and all of you that are in the group, you will have plenty of notice. You will know what's coming.
Well, everybody in the group already knows about the other group too, because that's been
Unlike Voorhees, you don't necessarily know he's coming until you hear the noise. Then you know he's coming.
I'm just impressed you knew that because you're not really big on the horror movies.
I'm not a big horror fan. The fact though is, when I was younger, I did watch more. Like, I've seen Children of the Corn. I've seen a bunch of the Friday the 13th. I've seen all of the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Yeah.
I never did. I didn't see Jason versus Freddy. I've seen Cube. That's one I remember. Session 9. I put that in the group. That movie was freaky. I didn't like that movie. Well, I liked it, but
Anthony watched Jason versus Freddy.
Has he?
Yeah. You want to know who let him watch it?
Your wife?
Yeah. I don't remember there being that many boobs in this. It's a Jason and Freddy movie.
Of course, there's boobs in.
Yeah, it's always
so.
Boobs. Sorry, honey.
Honestly, the first horror movie that I rented the VHS of, my grandfather let me rent it. It was Slumber Party Massacre with the dude with the guitar and the drill on the end of
I
it.
remember that cover. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first one I remember actually renting on VHS. I think I got that in Reanimator.
I like Reanimator. That's a good one. Well, if anyone wants to know mine, I did a post in the group that tells the story of my first horror movie experience and what that movie was. So go check out the group if you want to see that. I got to save some content for the show, though,
No, that's fantastic. That's exactly the trailer, because you're not going to hear me as much on it. We will. So that was I like that tease.
There you go. Another teaser for people that said we hate teasers and trailers.
Yeah. I like trailers. I'm not too bad.
Just don't give me everything in a trailer.
No, my wife hates trailers. She hates them. I get excited and go, look, and she's like, ugh, trailer. All right, Charlie, let's get into today's episode. Let's get into Con Air.
Oh, yeah.
And let's start off with the trailer.
He's a U.S. Ranger. Highly decorated. Did a little hell raising when he was a kid, but nothing serious. He's defending his wife. Got in a drunken brawl. And he killed a guy. Could have happened to you or me.
After serving the last of his sentence, Cameron Poe is taking the first plane home to his wife and daughter.
Today's flight is a special one. We're populating Louisiana's Felton Penitentiary. These guys are the worst of the worst.
See a lot of celebrities among us. I see 11 primetime lives, 3 Regents and Kathy Lees, and a genuine 2020 interviewee.
What you looking at, punk?
Nothing, I was just admiring your cage.
But one wrong flight
Stewardess, what's the in-flight movie today?
can ruin your whole day.
What happened? We caught the plane, man!
Welcome to Con Air.
Jailbird 1, you are not cleared for takeoff.
And nobody on this aircraft gives a flying.
The issue here is how the plane is brought down.
Shoot it down.
There are innocent people up there.
He's got a little girl to come home to. He's been waiting for this day for 8 years.
What are you gonna do? What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say day.
This summer, check your weapons. Take your seat
Isn't that your car?
and say your prayers. From Jerry Bruckheimer, the producer of The Rock, Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, John Malkovich.
Where are they gonna land this thing?
How do you feel about the blackjack tables?
On June 6th. Buckle up. Con Air. Directed by Simon West.
Thank you, and have a pleasant flight.
So that's the trailer. First of all, I love the old school trailer voice
Yep.
guy.
I miss him so much. I really do.
So good. Con Air, as you heard during that. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we don't. Why did they ever get away from the voiceover guy?
In a world.
Yeah. What,
Yeah, I know, I love that dude.
what part of civilization decided that we didn't need that anymore?
In a world where podcasts are made. That's we should do it like that every. We
That-
should do
yeah.
we should do a teaser voiceover trailer for every episode.
There we go. That'll
I need to get someone to do a trailer voice.
Okay.
So we heard in that trailer, directed by Simon West, and I looked up Simon West's directorial credits. Con Air in 1997, which this is one of our later movies that we've done.
I think this might be the
97.
latest so
It
far.
might be. We'll have to check out Blown Away.
Nah, Blown Away was pretty early if I remember
Was that
right. I think it was like
93?
94, 93, something
Like that. Well, Con Air being 97, this was his big screen directorial debut, Charlie. Before this, he did a commercial with the Budweiser frogs. You know, the Budweiser. Those frogs.
Who doesn't know the Budweiser frogs?
He did a video for Mike and the Mechanics, one member of Genesis.
Nice.
And he did the video, Never Gonna Give You Up, by one Mr. Rick Astley.
Oh,
Now, I know you
man.
think I was going to play the
Rickrolled us.
song. You thought I was going to play the song, but I didn't.
No,
After this, though, he also directed The Mechanic
that's a good one.
and The Expendables 2.
Also a good one. That was the one with Van Damme.
Yeah, so not bad. This movie was written by Scott Rosenberg. Now, Rosenberg's credits include he did a screenplay, one episode for Tales from the Crypt.
I love Tales from the Crypt.
Love that dude.
That was actually really good.
Thank you, man. See, I watched Tales from the Crypt too. So there are select horror movies I did watch.
Okay.
I don't.
I'll get you a badge. That's what
I
you
didn't.
want.
No, I didn't like the real, like, gory, bloody stuff that came out later on. I liked a little bit more of the
Slashers.
It either had to be campy or it had to be psychological for me to like it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So anyway, Rosenberg, he also wrote
Wrote.
Con Air.
There you
Well,
go.
it says written here, but I'm reading this. That's what messed me up.
Oh.
Anyway, he wrote Con Air. He did the screenplay for High Fidelity, so that's another Cusack tie-in.
Mm.
And he did the screenplay for Gone in 60 Seconds, so it gives us another Nicolas Cage tie-in.
I like that.
By the way, Gone in 60 Seconds is my favorite Fast and Furious movie. Love that one.
You're
but
not
not
wrong.
all.
You're not wrong.
No, Lowrider, Jimmy. Oh, thank you. That was my Nicolas Cage
It
impression.
was all about family too.
Yeah, it was.
Hey.
The not everything he wrote was winners though. He did Kangaroo. He was the screenplay for Kangaroo Jack in 2003.
Can't fault a man for everything. Yeah.
Hey man, he cashed a check. Did the screenplay for Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, which is a favorite of my youngest son.
Okay.
Jumanji: The Next Level. But in 2018, he did the screenplay and the screen story, whatever the hell the difference is,
Hmm.
for Venom.
Nice.
So there you go.
Well,
on that.
you've left one out that I wanted to be brought up.
Oh, go ahead and hit it then, man.
Well, he did Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead.
Oh, that's yes. That he did that
And
before Con Air.
He
of
did that
course.
before Con Air, and I bring that one up because a dear friend of mine and buddy of mine, Stevens, Michael Nicolosi, most people would know him as the voice of the clown from the animated Spawn series on
Yes.
HBO,
Yep.
who is unfortunately not with us anymore. He passed away suddenly, but an excellent movie. I recommend everyone to go check it out. Um, has Andy Garcia.
Yeah.
It's fantastic cast. But if you haven't seen Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, go check it out.
Check that one out. So, Con Air, get to do the quick synopses for those of you who have not seen it. Follows Cameron Poe, played by Nicolas Cage, as he's a decorated Army Ranger trying to get home to his wife in Alabama. So you get to hear a really bad Alabama Southern,
Is it
almost
though?
Louisiana Creole.
Is it bad? I mean, think.
Well, it's still Nicolas Cage with just a little bit of a Southern twang.
Okay, that doesn't make it bad. I mean,
She's my hummingbird.
it's not what we're used to from Cage. I mean, the man actually spent some time in Alabama to kind of work on it. But I mean,
Yeah, it's not awful.
it's not. Once you get the character going, when you're watching it, it fits him. I don't hate the accent in this. I really don't.
I think I just don't like the accent. Anyway,
You just
he
hate
gets
Alabama, don't you, sir?
yeah, I just don't like that. I've been to Alabama. I don't like it. So if you listen to my other show, you know I don't like Florida either.
Please don't
So
ostracize any states on this
uh,
show. We need
I do
every
enough.
we
I
need
do
every
enough.
listener we can get.
I do enough on my other one.
Yeah.
So anyway, he comes home from his distinguished military service as a ranger, ends up getting into a bar fight to defend his wife, kills a guy, goes to prison for 8 years. Now he's on his way back home and he's hitching a ride on Jailbird 1, a plane that is run by the U.S. Marshal Service while they transport some of the nastiest and vilest criminals to a new maximum security prison for population. Along the way, the plane is taken over by one Cyrus the Virus Grissom,
Yes.
and he has to save the day and also save his friend
Baby O.
Baby O. Yep, Baby O, because he's diabetic. He didn't get a shot. He's dying essentially from it, and because he's a ranger, he won't leave a man behind. So that's basically the quick gist of the movie.
That's
If you
pretty
haven't
good.
seen it, yeah. If you haven't seen it, turn us off. Go watch it. Come back. Now, Charlie and I, we did discuss letting you guys know ahead of time what movie we're doing. So I would not be surprised if something drops on the group as of the recording night that we do this.
Yeah, so we record on Thursdays, so I'm starting to think I'm probably going to start dropping like on the weekends to let people know.
I
But
would say, you know what? Why don't you drop it Thursday night? That way, if they want to watch it like Friday night or Saturday or Sunday or whatever, they've got that weekend time
because
to watch it.
I'm recording, and
When we're done recording, you tool bag.
how many times have we not recorded on Thursday though?
All right, good point.
Yep, I got you.
So, no, well,
just let me do me. You want the social? You
whatever.
want the social media job?
No, I
don't think. I didn't think so.
I barely went to recording jobs sometimes. So that is the plot synopsis of. But in fairness, I barely want most of my jobs. That is the synopsis of this. Go watch it, then come back to us. That's fine. We don't mind. It's a good flick. Released June 6, 1997. Some of it was filmed.
Blown Away was 94, by the way. So this is our latest movie. This is also dropped the same year as Face Off.
Yeah,
like
big year.
The year of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, and right before this, you had The Rock.
The Rock was 96.
Yeah,
so this was that little hot streak of Nicolas Cage. He could do no
I
wrong.
I liked this one better than The Rock.
I do too. Now,
Yeah.
this will come into more into the ranking later,
Sure.
but you said we've kind of pulled this out of thin air earlier in the show. That's not 100% true. Someone put up a poll of what are your 3 favorite movies from the 90s?
Yeah,
And
that's true. You're right.
I put Con Air, Demolition Man, Soldier. Dan, I know, doesn't go through and read the comments. He went in and he put in Con Air, Demolition Man, and for some god awful reason put Backdraft.
The action blockbuster that
The
is.
action
Blockbuster that is
yeah.
Backdraft.
But we
No,
both picked Con Air, and I was like, man, I think we should just go ahead and do a Nick Cage right now.
You're right. I didn't see your comment before, but then after you said something, I went, "Oh shit, yeah. Well,
There's a reason. There's a reason we're co-hosts.
We know what we like.
Yeah.
This movie, was 1 hour 55 minutes, and the budget estimated, as we do, 75 million.
It's a decent budget.
Yeah. The opening weekend was only 24 million, a little over 24 million, but it did gross 101,117,573 in the US and Canada, with a gross worldwide of just a shade under $225 million. So it made its money for Bruckheimer and them.
It did good. It did what you expected a R-rated action movie to do.
By the way, this movie was distributed by, any ideas?
We were talking about this the other day, and I couldn't figure it out, so I'm guessing you looked it up.
Touchstone.
Touchstone did it, huh?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, was Touchstone not an affiliate of Disney?
Disney bought a lot of properties back in the 90s for some reason. I don't know if Touchstone is owned by them or if they were at some point.
I think they were, which would make Sally Can't Dance a Disney princess.
Well, let's give the listeners kind of what happened. So when we pick these movies, we go through and see where they're streaming first, obviously. Is it on HBO? Is it on Netflix?
Right. At the time of this recording, it's not on anything.
No, AMC has it right now. Not the theater, but the channel. But when I first Googled it, it came up on Disney Plus for some freaking reason.
Yeah.
And I clicked on it. It goes to the Disney page, says Con Air, and then goes to have you sign in. Once you sign in, because obviously I have it because of the kids, it's nowhere to be found. So there's just some weird thing where I'm betting any movie you look up is going to say it's on Disney Plus, and they're going to try and get you to sign up for it. But I was like, is this owned by Fox or Disney or some kind of thing that they own it now? I was like, that would be weird.
I want to say Touchstone was like, they did like Splash and stuff like that. I want to say is what it is.
Yeah,
back when Michael Eisner was in charge of Disney.
But there was a point to all of this, and it was that we for a second we thought this was a Disney owned thing. Although Cameron had the longer of the hair than Sally Can't Dance.
that's
true.
So this movie, in my opinion, the real shining gem, the jewel of this movie, what I love about this movie is you all right there?
I'm good.
The jewel of this movie, the reason I love it so much is not Nicolas Cage or John Cusack, which who would have ever thought John Cusack was going to be an action hero, which he did okay in this. He held his own a little bit for what he did.
He did fair. He doesn't like this movie for some reason, which I think he did really good.
For what his character was, he did fine. He didn't have to be an action hero, quote unquote, but he did fine.
Yeah.
This movie, to me, is the Rouges Gallery, is what made this movie what it is. You also had a couple guards on there, guard Faison and guard Sally Bishop.
Yeah.
Bishop is pretty integral to the story, and Bishop was played by Rachel, is it Ticotin? I believe is how you pronounce her last name.
Yeah.
You may know her from Falling Down and Total Recall.
Yeah, she is the athletic Latina woman that not Stallone. There I go again. Schwarzenegger gets involved with on Mars. I was actually going to bring that up because I didn't know if you looked that up. Because I was like, I think her name was Maria or something like that in the movie.
If you give me a second, I'll look it up for you.
But yeah, she was the opposite of Sharon Stone on Total Recall.
Yeah, she was Melina.
Melina, that's it.
Yes.
I was close.
She also was in an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
There's that Tales of the Crypt tie-in again.
She played the police officer Maria in the Gargoyles TV series, so there's a Disney tie-in.
She got shot in that one is one of the episodes that they don't show again.
And that's and that's kind of one of the reasons why the Gargoyles detest firearms as much as they did. But yeah, she got shot in that, and they won't show it. Yeah.
It aired one time, and they won't re-show it. It's not even on Disney Plus right now.
No. She was in some deleted scenes in Natural Born Killers, FX2, like I said, Total Recall, and a bunch of other stuff. So you would see her in a bunch of things if you saw this and recognize that's why.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to talk about Nicolas Cage and John Cusack. But again, like I said, I think it's the Rouges Gallery. Not only are the names fantastic of the characters, and we're just hit some of the main ones, but
we don't
the actors that they got to play these. So the main bad guy, the brains of the outfit, John Malkovich plays Cyrus the Virus Grissom. Charlie,
dude,
hit me with some virus.
What, you want me to say his lines for him or
something?
No,
just give me. What do you feel about the virus? How do you feel about the virus?
This is probably, like we talk about, this is like a top 10 villain for me.
Mm-hmm.
John Malkovich owns this character. You feel he's calculated. He is always in control during the entire movie, and you got to think to stand above all the other characters, and I know we're going to talk about them, but when you have people like Ving Rhames and Danny Trejo, Steve Buscemi, Dave Chappelle, to be the guy that is just above them, heads above them, was phenomenal. I mean, and when I watched this was 97, so I haven't probably seen a lot of John Malkovich movies. I know he did a lot of more.
Being John Malkovich is still my favorite Malkovich movie.
It is. I've gone back and watched some of his movies.
He's an amazing actor.
When I watched this the first time, though, I'm pretty sure this may have been my first introduction of him directly. I'm sure I'd seen something.
Sure.
But it stuck with me forever. And the funny thing, I mean, well, since we're talking about now, when I first watched this on was not VHS, was not in a movie theater. I watched this in the drive-in.
Oh, that'd have been awesome, actually, in the drive-in.
We saw the trailer for this. Obviously,
wait. I know your hometown. Where was the drive-in at down there?
Right there in Bristol. The
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't remember the name. Moonlight. The Moonlight.
Moonlight. Yep. Right across from the game store.
Yeah. So, no, the other one, the one that was on Lee Highway. You're talking about the one by the racetrack.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
No, this is the one on the other side that went down. But this was one, I didn't really go to drive-ins a whole lot. We saw the trailer for this, and Dad's like, I want to go see this, but I don't want to see it on that tiny theater screen that the mall had. So we actually went and watched this at the drive-in. And
what else was playing? Do you remember?
I don't. I know we just stayed for that one.
Really?
Yeah. It was almost 2 hours long too. And if I remember right,
drive-ins, man, drive-ins are great. You'd spend like $8 a person and go and watch like 6 hours of movies, and you could have chickens and JoJo's, and it was great.
And you always have food hidden in your car.
Chicken and JoJo's, baby. You brought those with you.
You had all of that. And what kills me is now is like cars have so much better surround sound systems and Bluetooth that you don't need the chintzy little speakers we used to have hanging on the door.
Well, the thing I'd be worried about, though, is leaving your car speaker on the whole time and your battery running down.
It'd be okay. It's only 2 hours. You'll be fine. You got to risk it for the biscuit, sir.
I guess so, yeah.
But I digress. So that my first experience with Con Air was on the drive-in, and it was fantastic.
Let's talk real quick about, and this kind of works with the sound drop I have. Cyrus and Johnny 23, played by Danny Trejo. You mentioned Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
We love Danny Trejo here on the show.
He is.
Uh,
He's like up a long alley-ong for us. I mean,
well,
the
I'm sure he
man's.
will be featured in one of the "Give Me Back My Horror Movies" films.
Oh, guaranteed,
You know
guaranteed.
the one I'm talking
I
about.
know
One of the
exactly
ones I
which one
do
you're talking.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He's also probably considered the hardest working man in Hollywood. He
Oh
is
yes, for sure,
always doing something.
for sure. So, Danny Trejo plays Johnny 23, and this movie deals with hardened criminals. So, as we speak about this, please be aware that that's the situation. But Johnny Trejo, or Danny Trejo, Johnny 23, is a serial rapist. Malkovich, his character has a particular
Disdain.
disdain for them.
Anyway, I despise rapists. For me, you're somewhere between a cockroach and that white stuff that accumulates at the corner of your mouth when you're really thirsty. But in your case, I'll make an exception.
You know, I absolutely love Malkovich's dialogue,
His
delivery.
delivery, like that tone is almost what he continues all the way through. Even when he like has to speak louder, it's
Yeah.
still in that kind of tone until the end when things start going apeshit.
Right. It's almost like, okay, so, and this is a real Easter eggy tie-in type of thing, but for those of you who have seen pro wrestling and a pro wrestling fan, Jake the Snake Roberts would deliver his promos that way, real kind of quiet and deliberate and
Mhm.
paced. And the reason they asked him why, instead of screaming like others was, is he goes, because if you're quiet, people have to lean in and pay attention to what you're saying.
Mhm.
Malkovich kind of does the same thing.
He does. And there's another little like thing going through this movie that we'll talk, John Cusack does it. John Cusack uses more words, not your normal definitions. Like they call him the walking
Yeah.
thesaurus later.
Right. Yeah.
Malkovich does that too. He has a dialogue that is not your normal
No,
bad
he is.
guy felon. He's very educated and very well thought
Spoken.
on what he's going to say. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, by the way, it's storming where I'm at, so if you hear a stray
Awesome.
thunderstorm, sorry about that.
It's dark where
Uh,
I am, so we'll just pretend it's storming.
Well, it's dark here too. So
We're in the same time zone.
we're in the
dumbass.
same time zone. So, all right. So that's two of the crew. I'm going to talk about. We talked about Sally Can't Dance for a second, and that was played by Renoli Santiago. If
Yeah.
you get a chance to check him out. One of the other ones is a younger Dave Chappelle playing Pinball Parker, and a lot of his lines were improv because it's Dave Chappelle.
It worked. How do you write for Dave Chappelle?
You
just
don't,
got to let him do his thing.
Let him do it. So as everyone's getting on the plane and getting ready, they're getting checked by the security, the guards and such. And one of them we talked about, guard Faison, who's on this, he's talking to Chappelle. This line, we try to be pretty good here with language, but there's a little bit in this one, so just be aware.
Oh man, it smells like someone shit in your mouth.
Told me he loved me.
I can't believe you pulled that drop.
And Chappelle, man, I love some of the other Chappelle stuff is really offensive, dude. So I didn't.
Yeah, there's a lot on that as far as offensiveness in this.
Yeah, so some of this I didn't put in there. You've also got MC Gainey as Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing you heard in the trailer saying no one on this aircraft gives a flying, and then they edited it because there was another alliterative term that he uses.
Oh, well placed F-bomb. I mean, if it's gonna fit, it fit there.
It really did. And MC Swamp Thing is the pilot that they end up getting to fly the plane a little bit, and he lives up to the name Swamp Thing. MC Gainey, if it's a name that you kind of recognize, two of the big things are, Club Dread, which we played some Club Dread earlier and before we did the show.
Yeah.
Con Air, of course, Swamp Thing. Dukes of Hazzard, he was Roscoe P. Coltrane. Which I always thought was kind of funny that he played Roscoe.
Mhm.
You know, by the way, I did like that. I liked the remake myself.
The movie, it was funny. It had
I thought it
some
was
good
fine.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was fine. He was in Happy Texas. He was in Ringmaster, the Jerry Springer movie. Um, he was in The Fan. He was in a bunch of stuff, a bunch of TV things too, like one little episode here, one little episode there,
Yeah.
stuff like that as well. I mean, he was in an episode of The Fresh Prince. He was on the Mighty Ducks, all kinds of kind of silly things. But if you see him, you know if that name sounds familiar, that's why. One of the
I
other
thought he was
ones.
in
Go ahead.
Django Unchained, but I'm not seeing it.
MCJ. You. I'm with you. I kind of feel like he would have been in
He
that
was the
too, but
one that had. He looked like the one that had the Bible pages stapled to him, and he was doing the
mm,
whipping.
yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
first brothers that they went to go
yeah.
hunt.
That they go see, but
Yeah,
yeah, I guess
no,
not.
there he is. He was Big John Brittle,
Yeah,
2012. I didn't go
yeah.
down far
See,
enough.
yeah, yeah. See,
So
you're
yeah,
right.
I
Where,
know. I said it.
I know. Some of the other ones on there is William Billy Bedlam Bedford and Nathan Diamond Dog Jones, played by one Mr. Ving
Bing
Rhames. And
Rames, man.
Charlie, tell one where they know Ving Rhames from.
Man, that's Marcellus Wallace, sir.
That's right. And Marcellus Wallace don't like being by anyone but Mrs.
Yeah.
Wallace.
Does he look like a bitch? We'll do that one. Can we do that one?
Yeah. Are we cool? Nah, we're
Nah,
pretty far from
we
being cool.
we
Man, I want to
uh
watch that movie again. That movie
I
was so
know. And
good.
I think those are the only lines that two
Ooh,
white guys can reat. So we're
ooh,
gonna stop there.
that's a good movie. You've got a
Pulp
guy
Fiction,
named
if you don't know that. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. Yes. Francisco is in there. He's a uh, Latin American drug runner. He is in
Yeah,
there.
he's kind of like the
He's in the
he's the
story,
whole
but
he's like the
eh,
whole reason that the plane's being took over. There he hired Cyrus to break him out
yeah.
for money and a trip to a non-extradition country so they can drink, Mai Tais and have dirty naked freaks dancing all over the place.
Dirty neck of fricks. I'm gonna have to find that and put that in
I was
post.
supposed to, yeah, you might have to
Ving
add
Rhames.
that one. There you
I'm
go.
gonna have to do that.
Yep.
So he's in here, but I think my favorite, besides Cyrus,
Yeah.
has to be Garland Green,
Dude.
played by Steve Buscemi. I
He
probably have more drops of him than anyone from the show. All right, let me play one of the drops.
play
Here.
one and then I want to talk a little bit. Yeah.
Where am I at? Where am I at here? Where am I at here? Okay. They land the plane at one time. He gets off and ends up talking to this little girl in a trailer park.
Are you sick?
Why do you ask?
You look sick.
I am sick.
You take medicine?
There is no medicine for what I have.
Dude, he is a multi-state serial killer.
Yeah.
He is the most sick in the head individual. At one time, they discussed that he drove through 3 states wearing a girl's head as a hat.
He is the most feared person on the plane.
Yeah.
Everyone. I mean, Cyrus doesn't show it as much as like Diamond Dog does, but Cyrus respects. I mean, he even goes, "I love your work."
I love your work. Yeah.
But you can tell, like, everyone's freaking out because he was a late addition, so he wasn't on the list to be put on, and everyone's freaking out that he's on there.
And it's great too because Steve Buscemi, his
Yeah.
build, they get him off the truck. They got like distance poles locked into a waist harness, and his
The
face is got the
the
Silence of the Lambs mask on there.
Lambs whole thing going.
And it's great because and Cyrus asks him when they take over the plane, he goes, "If I let you out, will you play nice?" And he lets him out. And while all this other stuff's going on, there's gunplay and violence and fighting and punching and shooting and all this other stuff. He just sits in the plane.
Yeah.
He just sits there the whole time.
He doesn't get involved with
Oh,
anything else. He
so
just
good.
I wish he had done some horror movies as a similar character.
Oh yeah, he plays up the psychotic nature real well.
He is terrifying in
Yeah.
this. And his, we talked about like how Cyrus has this like very deliberate delivery of lines. Garland just has this monotone talk, very direct, and he's half the time not looking at you when he's talking.
Correct.
He's looking off forward most of the time. He barely leans his head. And it's hilarious that the back and forth between him and Cameron Poe, him and Nicolas Cage in this. Because Nicolas Cage, while he knows who he is also like, of course Garland Green's on this plane.
Yeah.
What else could there be?
He goes to a whole line or whatever, and it's real sick stuff. And then Nicholas looks and goes, "Hi, Garland," and that's like that's what he says to him. That's his only thing.
Well, he says that, and then whenever Garland starts talking about the girl on his head, he goes,
"Yeah,
it's my daughter's birthday." So basically, like, can we not right now?
The interaction is so good. So I'll play 2 clips here for Garland real quick. One is going to be Cameron and his buddy Baby-O talking about Garland, and then right after that, I will hit you with some Garland after they take over the plane.
What's wrong with him?
My first thought would be a lot.
Define irony. Bunch of idiots dancing on a plane to a song made famous by a band that died in a plane crash.
And that's him. He is observing, and I guess that kind of plays well into the whole serial killer psychopath. They're people watchers. They observe everything and make he's just spitting out the observations to Cameron because he's sitting across the aisle from, and that's the thing. He is in the aisle seat on the other side of Cameron in the aisle seat next to Baby-O, who's dying because he didn't get his insulin shot. And I want to talk about Baby-O in a second once we get done with Garland.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
But why did we not get more Busey Busey
Busey had been
somehow I got Busey in this episode too.
Hey everybody, I'm Colm Meaney. I'm on the plane too.
I would have loved a serial killer psychopath movie with Steve Buscemi. I mean,
you know what, Charlie? You need to watch Boardwalk Empire.
I probably do. Yeah.
Oh, it is a period piece, obviously, but Buscemi, amazing on HBO Max. If anyone has a chance, HBO Max, Boardwalk Empire, amazing. If you like,
I like Steve Buscemi and everything he's done. Don't get me wrong. And I mean, he's
Armageddon.
Armageddon.
So
Dude, I love him in Armageddon. But I mean, even the silliness he would do, like in the Happy Gilmore, movie, the Happy Madison productions, it looks good to me. He's the meme that the eyeballs are going everywhere. So if you don't know who Steve Buscemi is, you've probably shared him on Facebook.
And he's also a former New York City firefighter.
He is, and went to the site after 9/11 to help search for wounded and bodies and stuff like that.
Yeah, Buscemi, solid dude.
Solid guy. Can't say enough about him.
All right, go ahead and hit me with some Baby-O stuff there.
I'm gonna hit you with McKelty Williamson. 90% of people know him as Bubba Gump Shrimp. But this one,
sorry, I was opening a beverage.
No, you're fine.
I had to mute myself while I opened the beverage.
Yeah, but it was not so much his character, because him and Cameron are cellmates. They've all obviously formed a friendship. Cameron is on parole and he's hitching a ride on this plane too. I don't know if we said that, but he's just hitching a ride.
He's done. The rest of this plane has got like lifers on there, basically.
Right. So that's going to bring up my point. They specifically say they're using these people to fill up a brand new maximum security prison for the worst of the worst, the bad of the bad. Baby-O's one of the worst and the worst, the bad of the bad.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't being transferred to Carson City because he wasn't on the list. He was going to the maximum badass security prison.
Yeah, but it seemed like he was that kind of guy that did some real heinous, shit. He did something real heinous.
Yeah.
But during his time in there, discovered, what he had done, and Poe had, talking to him, realized that he had changed who he was and all this other nonsense. So all this other stuff. So he was able to, it was almost a redemption story when
I
it
can
comes
I
to
can see
Baby
that,
O and such.
but
Yeah.
they don't even go into that to even give him that
No.
redemption story.
No, I wish they would have. Yeah.
They glaze over the fact that he's even on this plane to its final destination. I get it's the plot device that keeps Cameron on the plane, obviously.
All destinations are final.
I've seen that movie and I still won't drive behind a log truck.
No.
But watching it last night, I'm again, I've seen these movies so many times, but when I watch them for the podcast, I feel like I kind of listen to it a little bit more and I try to read other things into it. And I was
Sure.
like, man, he was technically considered the worst of the worst, even though they don't even talk about him when they're kind of going through the roster, when they're talking about who's going on the plane. Some guys ended up in solitary cells like Cyrus and Diamond Dog and Billy and all them. Other guys were just.
I guess he could have just been a regular criminal that happened to be transferring to that prison, because they gotta have some they gotta have some randos in there too. They can't just have all the.
I
the
guess.
hitters,
but I mean, you're talking that it's a maximum security.
Yeah.
That has to be. You had to have done something pretty bad to get transferred to the new one.
Right.
So, but that's my whole. I mean, he plays it great. He's damn near dying 90% of the movie. He has a little bit of a hero moment when he tries to help guard Bishop whenever Danny Trejo tries to get a hold of her.
Do you think maybe it had something to do with stealing money from Bubblegum Shrimp?
No, I don't think it had anything to do with that.
Shrimp
Did he steal
kebab,
money from him?
shrimp
He
sandwich,
didn't steal.
shrimp salad. I think that's about it. Bubba.
Didn't he die in the Forrest Gump? Because
he died in Vietnam. That's why when Forrest became the big
that's
shrimp
right.
champ, that
He
took
named it for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and because he made a deal with Bubba, he took half the check.
It's been forever
to
since I
Bubba's
watched
family,
it. Yeah,
and
I
they were
remember.
just like, what the hell?
I got you.
Yeah,
a while since I watched that. Great movie too, but
you know what they should have done to help Bubba, or not Bubba, hell, Baby O. You know what they should have done to help Baby O?
Some shrimp.
Medic!
It's back.
Medic!
You're just waiting for that.
I just wanted to play that. All right, folks.
That's through our Rouges Gallery. This movie is great because of the cast that's in it.
It's such good casting with this movie. When we come back, we will talk a little bit more about the main cast, the tertiary heroes and such, and get into all the bits that you guys know that you're going to hear. Stick around.
Welcome to the Monster Movie Stomp Down, where twice a month we review monster movies from all corners of the planet. Join me, Sludge.
I went to watch it the other night, and she's like, "Why are you watching this? You can quote this movie line for line." Like, that's very accurate.
My co-host, Mark.
Don't ask me to do a stomp down on this because it's 0.
Okay, dude. Ruben, what's your stomp down rate?
And our brother from Texas, Ruben.
It's just, I'm like, wait a minute. They tricked me into watching this.
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
As we give you the history, our review, and the stomp down rating of some of the best and worst monster movies around. Available through the Podbean app, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Amazon. Make sure and check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Just how drunk are we gonna get?
Welcome to Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where each month we drink finely crafted brews while watching terrible films in order to see just how drunk you have to get to enjoy them. So tune in and join Troy.
Kilroy Crates.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Dave.
I have the weirdest boner.
And Pete. IPAs are ales, meaning they are bottom fermented. Excuse me, they are top fermented. I that up. Try that again. As we drag Kathleen,
Hear me.
kicking and screaming through an alcohol-fueled podcast dedicated to movies of questionable quality and the frosty adult beverages that help make them tolerable. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. Clearly, it's the beer's fault.
Hey, this is Jimmy Street, host of the Live and in Color with Wolfie D podcast. Hear the life and times of professional wrestler Wolfie D. From his times in the territories with PG-13 to his times in WWE, ECW, WCW, TNA, and more. Nothing is off limits and nothing will be held back. Available now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all major podcast formats.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Give Me Back My Action Movies. Oh, baby-o, what are we going to do about you, baby-o? So, Charlie, we've talked about the Rouges Gallery. We've talked a little bit about the main heroes, Nicolas Cage and John Cusack's characters. But let's talk about a tertiary hero character, and that's Agent Duncan Malloy, played by Chief O'Brien himself.
Are we going to have this argument again, or can we finally put this to bed?
What
I don't know. Somehow we keep arguing about Colm Meaney that I say he's more well known for Star Trek The Next Generation, and you think he's more well known for Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
And he is a credited character in the opening credits of Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh yeah, he's in the pilot. He's in Encounter at Farpoint.
But I mean, he's named.
He's the transporter chief. Yeah.
He has a name in there, so it's not like he was just an additional character added. He has been important, and we are doing it again.
But he is the transporter chief in Encounter at Farpoint. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so in Star Trek DS9, he was in it as a main character for 173 episodes between the years of 1993 and 1997.
Okay.
During Next Generation, he was in 52 episodes, and that was between the years of 87 and 94. He was Chief Miles O'Brien, he was transporter chief, and he was also a security guard.
Yeah.
So he was in more episodes of DS9.
That's fine. I still say he's more known for Next Generation.
He was also in Under Siege.
Yes, he was. Which we did.
He was in Far and Away.
I don't know if I've
he
seen
was
Far.
he was in The Last of the Mohicans.
Yep.
He was in an episode of MacGyver.
Yes, he was.
He was also in Die Hard 2.
That's right. He was.
He was a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And probably my personal favorite of all of them. Well, I don't know, man. I'm looking at some of these other ones. Anyway, he was in Dick Tracy. He was a cop at Tess True Heart's home.
Don't remember that. I mean, I've seen Dick Tracy, but I don't remember him in that.
Love Dick Tracy. He was in, let's see here, Kenny Rogers as the Gambler, Part 3, The Legend Continues.
Part 3? Wow.
Oh, well, you got to make a paycheck, man.
I guess.
He was
Deep
in
Space Nine check must not have been very big, sir.
Well, that Kenny Rogers was in 87, man. It was way before.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll
he was in an episode from Tales from the Dark Side.
The value brand Tales from the Crypt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He was in an episode of Moonlighting with
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis again. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see some of the other, and then he did some things obviously back in Ireland and the UK and stuff as well. He was in Gargoyles. He was in an episode of Gargoyles. He did a bunch of stuff. Anyway, Colm Meaney, he plays Agent Duncan Malloy. Like I said, he is okay. So whereas Cusack is more of the intellectual, college-educated type of agent, Colm Meaney is the let's shoot him in the face and deal with it later type of agent.
Yeah, because he's DEA, and DEA don't listen to anybody's rules but DEA's rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because of DEA being on this plane to try to sniff out Francisco, he broke the rules and had his agent armed.
Yeah,
that's how they got the first gun.
He stuck a gun in his sock.
Right.
And it's not the first gun. They actually get the first gun from the pilot because...
Oh, that's right. He had one in the lockbox. And
they opened up the lockbox, and Cyrus gets up there because as things are calming down and they're unlocking everyone, Pinball's unlocking the agent's shackles. And
Yep.
then as soon as he gets around the leg, he grabs and uses Pinball as a human shield, which
We don't want to get in that line. No,
Cyrus,
there's
no, we're not going to do the line, but Cyrus was like, I really don't care that you're hiding behind him.
Yeah, he basically called him a crackhead.
But I just wanted to point out one little thing, and I don't know if you saw this,
Yeah,
but
go ahead. Go ahead.
the reason I bring up the joke of the Star Trek thing is the character Agent Duncan Malloy is driving a 1967 Corvette convertible. The tag says "As Kicker" on it.
Yeah.
It sets a precedence for this character, and the car
Right.
becomes part of the movie later. The keychain
Yes.
is a communicator. Did you see
Yes.
that?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always thought that was so funny. That is just this tiny little gold and you only see it at the end when Cusack hands him the key back after the car gets destroyed.
Yep. Yeah.
I know a good body shop in Fresno.
In Fresno. Cameron Poe's wife and kid, he's trying to get back to it. She gets pregnant, I guess the night he comes home. I don't know how she got pregnant between the fight and the he got home, the fight, and I don't know.
She was pregnant when he showed up at the bar because he just got discharged. My guess is he probably had leave at some point before that because they knew it was a girl, and so it would have had like an ultrasound or something.
Something like that.
Because he was talking to her because he said she's going to be the next Miss Alabama. So that's what I took it as, because we see the discharge ceremony of him being discharged from the Rangers. So yeah, she was pregnant a little bit before that, but he gets sent to prison before the baby is born.
Right.
Yeah.
So Trisha, the wife, played by Monica Potter. Now, honestly, I always thought it was like Jennifer Jason Leigh. That's who I thought it was.
Oh no, Monica Potter has a different look to her altogether.
I always got it wrong. I don't know, but she was known to be in things like Bulletproof, Con Air. She was in Patch Adams and Saw, which I think is probably where you would know her from.
I know I've seen. It's been a while since I watched the first Saw, so I'm wondering, because that one was almost completely filmed in the room with Carrie Ells. She might have been his wife or something, like in some of the flashbacks.
Okay.
Because that was what that movie was kind of known for. It was like it was almost completely filmed in that little area. Yeah.
Right.
But that's really the only other thing I could, because it's a named character, it says.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think she played the role well. It wasn't a large part.
No. She was the butterfly.
She's my butterfly.
Yeah. So, and then the daughter, Casey Poe, played by Landry Albright. That was her first role in '97. Was Con Air.
Yeah, I believe it.
She went on to play characters in the TV show Malcolm in the Middle, Spin City, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Seventh Heaven. I don't know, a bunch of other stuff here. TV series, it looks like. I don't know. SWAT. Yeah. Star Trek Picard. There you go. There's a Star Trek.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of television shows.
There's a tie-in. So that, that in a nutshell is Con Air's the technical, the nuts and bolts side of it. That's the characters, that's the actors. Nick Cage, obviously.
Yeah, we're saving him for last, aren't we?
You know Nick Cage, folks. You all know Nick Cage. Hey, we didn't talk about Nick Cage. Do we need to talk about Nick Cage?
I think we do need to talk about Nick. You know why we need to talk about Nick Cage? Because Nick Cage is still relevant right now.
We need to talk about Nick Cage.
He is still putting out movies. He is still working, collecting a paycheck.
Yes.
And I am behind on a lot of his newer stuff that is, quite frankly, batshit crazy.
Okay, so the last two things that you saw Nick Cage was in was Willy's Wonderland.
I haven't seen that yet.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Okay. He's in Willy's Wonderland.
That's one of them I need to see. I bought Mandy, and I haven't watched it yet. No, not your wife, Mandy. The movie Mandy.
And he was in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
He was Spider Noir. Yeah.
He was the voice of Spider Noir. So those are probably the latest things that I'm aware of him being in. But obviously Nick Cage, I mean, give me 20 minutes. Let me go back to the beginning here.
Yeah, the man's got a pretty good filmography. And I mean, again, we said this is the highlight of Nick Cage's career when we had movies like The Rock, Con Air, Face Off, Snake Eyes, 8mm. I'm not reading IMDb. I just know these things. Gone in 60 Seconds, which I thought was earlier, actually wasn't until 2000.
City of Angels, Leaving Las Vegas,
Yep.
Kiss of Death.
He was. This is also the time of the ill-fated reboot of Superman. And if you haven't seen the Nick Cage pictures in the test suit,
I would have loved that because it'd have been like, hey, Lex Luthor, don't mess with me.
He had the Cameron Poe hair.
Yes,
it was the
did.
long hair version of Superman from the 90s. And there's pictures online, and it is straight up comic book wearing your underwear on the outside of your uniform.
Very,
Superman.
Well, let's first of all, he's a Coppola.
Yeah.
Nick Cage is a Coppola.
Mm-hmm.
He is Hollywood royalty, first of all.
Yeah.
But he started off, his first big screen movie in '82 was Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Mm-hmm.
Bit part in there, but historic movie. Rumblefish, Cotton Club, Peggy Sue Got Married, Raising Arizona, which still hand to the sky for Raising Arizona.
That one is probably his most known for those that don't watch him in the like the action or the horror movies. Raising Arizona. I remember him from and the name of the movie is escaping me, but he did a vampire movie.
Vampire's Kiss in 1988.
Vampire's Kiss. That
was right after Moonstruck.
I get that one confused with Jim Carrey when he did First Bite.
First Bitten.
I can't remember the actress's name that was in there.
Can you name for me
Go for it.
His first, probably a big official action movie that we would have covered? Can you name the movie and the character's name?
His first one?
Well, the big 1990 one, the big one that I see on here and go, that's the one we're going to do.
Firebirds.
Yeah. Big Preston.
Yeah, we talked about that already when we were talking about Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, Firebirds.
This is that is probably the first action version of Nick Cage. And I love that flipping movie.
I know.
Dude. I even shared a clip in the group of Sean Young blowing up the jet with the rocket launcher off of the helicopter.
I have to admit, I've never seen National Treasure, any of those.
They're fun.
I've never seen them.
They're a more kid-friendly, like Indiana Jones.
Can we talk about Lord of War?
Yeah, we can, because I love that movie.
For the longest time, one of your email names was Lord of War, or no, your Xbox name.
I had Xbox name. I had Xbox name as Lord of War. I rented that movie not knowing what I was getting into, and he is an arms dealer, and I was blown away by that movie. I've probably watched it like 10 times. And
yeah.
And there's a if we had known we were going to talk about this, I would have had you pull the drop. But when he's trying to sell some guns to one of these,
I know the one, yeah.
These other guys, and the guy goes, "I want the gun from Rambo." And Nicolas Cage looks at him and goes, "Rambo 1, 2, or 3?" And he goes, "They made more of those?" I was like, "Oh my God, I love Lord of War."
Well, you know what? When we talk about Nick Cage movies, my favorites are probably, besides the Raising Arizona, that's hands above everything else. My favorite is probably either Kick-Ass.
I did like
Big Daddy.
Kick-Ass,
Love that. I actually enjoyed Sorcerer's Apprentice, believe it or not.
I didn't hate it. It was interesting.
It was good.
Yeah.
But I liked him in Bangkok Dangerous.
Yeah. No, Bangkok Dangerous is really good.
So for you, those of you out there who have not seen Bangkok Dangerous, please give it a shot. Watch it.
I'm going to say
it's dumb in its own ways, but I liked it.
I'm going to say something a little bit controversial here for some of these people, but
oh, here we go, folks. Gary, you can boo him. You can send it all to the email later on.
Even though they really did miss the mark with the movies, he was Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider. I loved Nick Cage as that character. The movies themselves.
The first one. I liked the first one.
I liked him in the second one too.
The jelly bean thing I couldn't.
It didn't bother me that bad, but whenever he was transformed, you saw it was still like Nick Cage on his, like what we're loving he's doing now with these crazy ass movies like Mandy and Willy's Wonderland or whatever.
Sure.
You saw that in the Ghost Rider when he started transforming in both of them.
You did.
I thought the casting was dead on. I loved him in that. The movies could have been better. They could have been done a whole lot better. I hope they reboot it, not just for the television, because I know Ghost Rider was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that. They brought him in on those.
Right.
I want another shot at big screen. If they're going to do Blade,
it was a Ghost Rider in a car.
He had a car too.
Yeah, but if he's not on a motorbike, I don't want to watch.
I got the Lego set. It's actually sitting over here.
If he's not on a bike, I don't want to watch it though.
You know, it's got to have a bike. But I did like him as that character. I like that version of Nick Cage playing Johnny Blaze. I really did.
Let's throw some Poe drops out there. Poe, so he ends up. All right. There's a bunny in this movie.
He bought his daughter a birthday present.
Right. And the only thing he could get from the prison gift shop, basically, I guess, the commissary, was a bunny for her. So.
Well, it was that or a tube of toothpaste and 2 packs of Pall Malls.
And tube socks or whatever. Yeah. So he has his bunny and he has his personal effects down in the hold. And Billy Bedlam finds it down there and kind of figures out what's going on or whatever. He ends up killing Billy Bedlam and writing a note on his body to drop from the plane. So
he wrote it on Pinball.
Oh, I'm sorry. On who? I'm sorry.
He wrote it on Pinball.
Pinball, thank you.
Pinball was stuck in the landing gear.
Well, right. So he did that, but anyway, Bedlam finds it and everything else. So there's this bunny.
I said, put the bunny back in the box.
There's the bunny stuff. But anyway, he drops this note off to Cusack's character gets it. When they land the plane originally so that the drug dealer can get off, essentially, and they can take off, there is a scene where he runs into Cusack's character. And they have a little exchange. And it kind of, I don't know. I like this exchange because it sets up the exchange at the end that really kind of shows Poe and a lot of the character aspects of that.
Well, he doesn't know him. He only knows him from the radio conversation he listened in on.
Right.
During the whole thing.
That's the only reason he knew his name yet.
That's the only reason he knew John Cusack's character's name. I can't
right.
think of his name. Yeah.
You're Cameron Poe.
That's right.
I'm Larkin.
Hello, Larkin.
I got your message.
Where are the troops?
They'll be here?
They'll be here.
Uh-huh. In a minute. Listen, Poe. Can I lower this?
Go ahead.
You gonna lower yours?
Sorry, boss, but there's only 2 men I trust. One of them's me. The other's not you.
I love that line. And then at the end, when it's all said and done or whatever, here's another line.
Just so as you know, Marshal Larkin, there's now 3 men I trust.
Am I one of them?
I love that line because it shows now because he put his faith in Larkin to help.
Yeah.
And he was there for him.
And they don't hear it. You know, it's hard when you're doing a podcast, but he smiles at him and reaches his hand out to shake his hand. As
right, exactly.
You're the third one that I trust.
Yeah. You know, there's that here's one more line I'm going to play real quick drop. I love this one. Billy Bedlam talking to Cyrus the Virus after some of the plan has come out now. And this again, this is more just flavor for Cyrus.
Carson City. The law is down there. You lost your mind?
According to my last psych evaluation. Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so just more flavor for him. I love Cyrus the Virus's character in this. It's just so damn good, man.
It is. This is one of my favorite Nick Cage movies as far as Nick Cage's catalog.
Sure.
But it's also a great movie because of everyone else that's in it. This is kind of like the whole Under Siege kind of thing. Under Siege is a good movie, and it's
Colm Meaney.
And there you go. Maybe that's the catalyst movies need. But
maybe Colm Meaney is going to be like our C-3PO and R2-D2.
He just ties all the movies we love together.
It's actually a story about them. Yeah.
And he's not in one that I know of, so we may have already busted that. But while we like Steven Seagal's best movie is
no.
We like Steven Seagal.
No. You like Steven Seagal.
We like Steven Seagal.
Don't say his name 3 times. He shows up like the Candyman. Damn it!
And a knock at the door. But it was also like that's a great movie, but it was also because of the cast and the way it was done.
Yeah.
So Con Air's kind of similar, although I think Nicolas Cage is still leaps and bounds above other, actors.
Sure. Speaking of which,
I won't say his name again.
Yeah, don't. Billy Bedlam. We didn't get into his filmography a little bit. Nick Chinland, known for things like Training Day, Tears of the Sun, Riddick. He was in the Chronicles of Riddick stuff.
Yeah, he was one of the mercenaries that's hunting him when he goes to the ice planet and then takes him to Crematoria and tries to cash in on him.
Also known in a lot of TV series, he was in an episode of Castle, which I'm sure you saw. He was
Nathan Fillion. It's a great show.
I know you like that one quite a bit. He was in Ultraviolet.
Yep.
He was in let's see here, episode of The Sopranos, Walker, Texas Ranger, The Fugitive, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and a couple episodes of that.
Nice.
Gilmore Girls? Was that an episode of Gilmore Girls?
Everybody's got to get a paycheck once in a while. Got to pay that rent.
Yeah, get a paycheck, baby. Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm.
Is that the TV show?
Yeah, he did a voice in that one.
Okay.
He was in an episode of Captain Planet, man.
Captain Planet.
He was in SWAT Cats.
Cool.
And Lethal Weapon 3. He was Hatchet.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
I love watching you in video because you start, huh?
Well, I try to put the face to the to the thing. We were in the horror group today talking about Wishmaster, and
I saw that.
It has Divoff in there, and he played the Jinn, and we were all just going on about he was also one of the terrorists on Air Force One, and he was the Russian in this show of SVU, and it's just there's so many great actors that you just feel like they should have gotten more roles in Hollywood.
One of the things I like about this movie and a lot of these movies in this era itself, they were still filmed on location. Like this was still filmed in there were shots in LA, there were shots in Vegas. Spoiler alert, they crashed a plane in Vegas.
Yeah.
They
actually destroyed the sands.
Yeah, part of it, yeah.
Because they were it was already slated for demo. So they set up cameras to catch it.
They filmed in Goshen, Indiana. I've been there, actually. Utah quite a bit and different places. But I love these movies because they're filmed in actual locations that
Well, it's
they're
locations, it's
supposed to be.
actual explosions, very, very little CGI.
Mhm.
I don't even. Yeah, there would be some CGI because of the car attached to the back of the plane.
Yes, yes.
But they would have actually crashed a car upon the landing part. It would, probably drop from a crane or something for the shot, but
Right.
it was still practical effects.
Yes, it
Speaking
was.
of practical effects, can I say my one complaint for this movie?
Hold on a minute. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So at the end, they're at Lerner Airfield, and Larkin is called in the military. I'm going to say National Guard from what it looked like.
Yeah, probably.
I'm
Yeah.
also going to say National Guard because this is what I'm irritated about. They follow the main road, which goes in between these walls of dilapidated planes and cars and
Like a
everything.
boneyard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every other shot of Lerner Airfield was wide open. Yet these dumbasses just drove their caravan down the narrowest corridor into the kill box, which would have been the absolute last thing anyone trained would have done.
Yeah, it's a big caravan of doom coming down the thing. It's
Because, I
pretty
mean,
ridiculous.
Cyrus is explaining in plain English to these guys, take out the front car, take out the back car, lots and lots of dead bodies in the middle. And I'm like, it's wide open. There's a dude running still in the desert, I'm thinking now, because he was in the other plane.
Yeah.
They couldn't have come in from all sides. It's a plane full of convicts. Why would you go down the one main thoroughfare between all these dilapidated, like 20-foot tall stacked up vehicles? Yeah,
Well,
let's go that way. So,
Charlie,
I know.
no.
No, I know.
Based on your love of these action films, you know damn good and well,
That had to happen.
based on First Blood, the National Guard don't know what the hell they're doing.
That's true. I'm just here on the weekends, Phil.
That's it. Charlie, you got your notes in front of you?
I have some notes. Are we done already?
Well, not quite, but I mean, we could probably do this already.
Yeah. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
Go ahead into that body count real quick.
I mean, considering the scene that I'm talking about is probably where the largest body count occurs.
That's kind of what I was getting at, yeah.
And honestly, that's the only other little bit of trivia I have. Like I tell everyone, I try to find a little extra for everyone. But the body count in this is 43. Most of the convicts die because at the end, after the plane crashes, I don't remember them putting any of them in handcuffs and hauling off. I mean, they dragged poor Johnny 23's body away while his arm's still hanging from the handcuff.
Yeah. To the best of my knowledge, again, spoiler alert. The only convict that survives and or doesn't get shipped back to wherever the hell they came from that we don't see on camera is Steve Buscemi's Garland Green character.
He is the one that gets away.
Which is brilliant.
Oh, I love that. It's he's playing blackjacks. Or no, he's playing craps.
They say, do the shooters feel lucky? He goes, yes. Yes, he does.
So the plane crashed and killed everyone except for Baby O, Cameron, Cyrus, Diamond Dog, and Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Because you don't see anyone else. They're all strapped in the plane, because that's when Garland starts singing the whole world. He's got the whole world in his hand.
Yeah.
There's only like 10 of them on the plane total. Oh, and Guard Bishop's on there too. But where I know a lot of them got killed in the gunfire, but No one else survived that at the end. No one got carted off and locked like, "Hey, we got one."
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm on lockdown. One of the other big things from this movie was the song "How Do I Live" by Trisha Yearwood.
Yeah, which was also sung by very young Leanne Rimes early in her career as well.
That's right. Leanne Rimes did this as well. So that is the big, song from this that you would know. And of course, "Sweet Home Alabama," by
Well,
Leonard Skinner.
that was a thing there towards the end of the 90s was your movie had to have a theme song.
Yeah.
You had Titanic, obviously, that had the whole Celine Dion thing, but I mean, Armageddon
Yep.
had
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith,
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard, which I think that's earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Bodyguard
earlier, but
earlier.
still, Bodyguard was. But it made sense with Bodyguard because it was Whitney Houston. It
She
makes
was a
sense.
singer in the thing, so yeah, it had, but it just seemed like every like big blockbuster movie had to have not just a song, but it had to be a song that was like on the top 40 or something. You
You mean
know,
like Ghostbusters?
yeah, they knocked Prince off of number one after
They
six
did.
six
They
weeks.
did. It was
Is it 6 weeks or
Dove's
6
Cry.
months? Yeah,
6. I don't remember now, but
six weeks.
it was Dove's Cry. Yeah,
Um, but no, song's fine. Song fits the movie. Just I have
it
no
does.
issue with it.
It's fine. What I have issue with is that do you think that when Nicolas Cage signed up for this, they told him like your wardrobe's going to be jeans and 25 dirty ass beaters.
He probably was like like Bruce Willis. I'm like,
He was,
yeah, just like Bruce Willis.
He was like, oh, yeah, that sounds fine. I'll just bring it from my closet. No. We've got him here in wardrobe. He seemed like back then he'd just walk around in some beaters and just chill.
I mean, considering where they were filming most of this, I don't want him to be walking around in beaters and stuff like that. Desert air. Who knows where they were filming the interior shots of the plane at?
You know who really loves Nicolas Cage?
Who's that?
Your soon-to-be co-host Nate loves him some Nicolas
Nate
Cage.
does love Nick Cage. He does.
Yes.
He's like a little mini Nick Cage too.
No, he's
he's kind of mini Nick Cage.
I don't know, man. He's Nate.
He is Nate.
He is Nate. Charlie, I don't know if I have anything else to do about say about Con Air. I mean,
Really, we haven't. Cyrus hasn't died yet.
Well, yeah, we haven't talked about the end of the how the movie resolves. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I know we don't
okay,
roll through it, but we've kind of gone through everyone's IMDb list, so maybe we should talk about the movie a second.
All right, we will talk about. You want to talk about Cyrus's death at the end, and I will tell you my major bitch about the movie.
We can do that, but I think we should lead up to the fact that we land a jumbo jet essentially on the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah, that Swamp Thing's doing.
Swamp Thing goes, we're landing, but it ain't in no airport. Landing on the Strip.
Yeah, Colm Meaney, basically, they decide they got to shoot this plane down, get rid of it. So Colm Meaney brings in the National Guard's an Apache. I
think those were two Apaches. Yeah.
Yeah, and to basically blow it out of the sky, whereas John Cusack's on another chopper trying to get in the way of Colm Meaney from blowing it out of the sky.
Yeah, so they get missile lock, and Cusack jumps in front. Cameron gets control of the plane and goes to the radio and radios back. Because Cusack doesn't want to shoot down. He's trying to save Cameron's life. There's still a guard. Let's see.
I think
no, they would have had the other guards because they're loading them up after they pulled the plane out.
I think the only one they really mentioned was Sally Guard Bishop.
Well, she's the main one, but I'm referring back to who survived the plane wreck. I think maybe some of the guards survived the plane wreck.
That's possible. Yeah.
Because they don't really show it. But
they offload a lot of guards in Carson City.
Right, but you remember Diamond Dog's trying to shoot them when they land first?
Yeah.
Then he's whipping them to pull the Carson City, the plane out, and they you see them pushing them back onto the plane when they try to take off. So there's still like at least 3 that didn't die immediately that they were
Right.
using as hostages.
Right.
So just goes back to where there may have been more people, just the good guys lived. So anyway, Swamp Thing lands the plane on the strip in all of your Jerry Bruckheimer 90s glorious action way.
Yeah.
The wings all of a sudden turn into paper and a light pole cuts a wing in half.
Yeah.
And they after the other wing takes out the what's the rock? The the guitar thing that sticks up.
Oh, Hard Rock, the Hard Rock
So
hotel and casino. Yeah.
one wing takes out the guitar neck on the Hard Rock Hotel, yet the other wing gets cut in half by a light pole, and then it crashes into a white Corvette that they just kind of mention. Whoever has the white Corvette, please move or it'll be towed.
Don't it just kind of like nose up against it? It does.
It goes right up like to the
Yeah.
hood
Yeah.
and sits there. Okay, so they get everyone off there. John Cusack's counting. That's right. There was survivors. John Cusack is pulling their heads up, counting, and trying to figure out where's Cyrus. He's looking.
Yeah.
So, hey, we've answered something. See, this is why we have to keep going on this. And then Cameron, before he gets reunited with his wife and everything, sees Cyrus on the top of a fire engine driving away just at the same time that John Cusack does. And then is the most glorious 90s ever seen. And I know you're aching because I'm getting close to the thing you hate.
Well, here,
but
there's multiple problems, but yes,
there
go
is.
ahead.
Well, let me just say, they both get on police motorcycles at the same time, look at each other,
Cusack
and just
and
then just head out and go after him.
Yeah,
I loved that whole scene.
Yeah, that part was that was pretty cool. Here, okay, so Cyrus, Swamp Thing, and Diamond Dog.
Yeah.
They jump on an aerial truck.
Yeah. Where Diamond Dog put on the
fire helmet, the jacket, yeah,
coat and jacket.
So because at this point they've alerted, emergency services. They're there waiting for the plane and stuff. So there is a mid truck mounted aerial truck, and let's even say it's a Quint truck. So it's a aerial pumper, let's say.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. I think I know what you're upset about.
So they get on the truck and they start. There's 2 things I'm upset about. They get on the truck and they start hauling ass away, and that's when Cusack and Nicolas Cage get on the bikes and chase them down.
That's awesome.
Okay, so there are some cool fight scenes on the. They grab an axe. They start fighting on the back of the.
Well,
the truck.
All that after they are in a gunfight.
Yes,
and then
first, yes.
Cameron rams his motorcycle into Diamond Dog at the back of the fire truck as he just grabs the very end rung of the ladder off of the aerial truck, and the motorcycle just blows up right as soon as it hits Ving Rhames.
It was a cool stunt.
Again,
It was a cool stunt.
Bruckheimer explosions.
Yeah, it was a cool stunt. So as they're trying to get Swamp Thing to stop the truck, he won't stop the truck. So they stick a fire hose through the top of the cab.
Yeah, Cusack cuts a hole with the fire axe.
Right.
And yells at him, "Pull over!"
And Swamp Thing tells him no.
Yeah, he's like, "No."
I'm good. He sticks a hose in there and starts filling the cab with water.
Yeah.
Problem the first.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Is the type of nozzle and hose they had on there would have had enough back pressure to fire the hose back out of the hole of the cab. Second all is when you pump on a fire engine, you take you switch to PTO out of drive to actually the motor now powers the pump. So there's no way for it to possibly be driving down the road at 70 miles an hour and pump water at the same time.
Yeah.
Third of all, now while they're fighting Cusack, Poe is fighting Cyrus on the ladder as it's hauling ass down the road. He handcuffs Cyrus to the ladder, the rungs of the not the rungs, but the actual rails, side
Yeah,
rails.
the
of
hand, the
ladder.
handrail that you grab as
Right.
you're walking up the
And
rung.
this ladder is what they call a straight stick. It's just you climb up the ladder. There's no basket at the end or anything.
No, yeah.
So he handcuffs him on there, and then, and it's a cool stunt. It's a
It
cool
is.
visual.
It is.
They raise the ladder as the truck's doing 70 down the road.
With water
in the
still
air.
pumping out the front.
With water still pumping out the front. As they're going down the road, and it raises up and smashes Cyrus into a overwalk.
A walkway.
Overhang walkway across the road.
Yeah.
And smashes him through this thing and kills him, obviously. So that's complaint the third, is that this Quint truck could not possibly do those three things.
I was going to ask you, because the one thing when I watched it last night was when Cyrus uses the water cannon on the back to hit the cops.
Thank you. I forgot about that load of shit.
So I was like, why is there a water cannon there on the aerial truck? Because it's not at the end of the ladder.
No.
Is it detachable?
No, that one is actually a hard piped, but a lot of engines and stuff, especially of that era, had a deck gun, what they call a deck gun, that you could direct towards. Now you're right. Whereas most aerial trucks have one at the end of the boom.
That's what I thought.
Especially platform trucks that have the bucket at the end. A lot of those have air supplies you can plug into and a deck gun up there so you can fight from above. That one, with it being a straight stick, was designed mostly for climb. Not for operations above the fire.
Right.
It could have theoretically had a deck gun built into it.
So while I understood the mechanics, like Dan's talking about, the PTO and things like, Dan was fireman. We've talked about it during the Blown Away episode. But I saw certain things that I had been meaning to ask you about that, going, I don't think it doesn't even really look much like a pumper truck anyway, like where the water tank would have been. Like it would have had a pump. But it would have had to come from a hydrant.
Yeah, it's what they would call a Quint truck.
It's a funny story why Charlie knows that stuff too.
Charlie and I once fought a fire.
We were volunteer firemen for a couple of hours in my neighborhood.
A house got hit by lightning. We showed up, ran over to help, and we started directing the fire department, and they didn't question us for about
Dan
hour and a half or so.
Knew what to say. So obviously, if you sound like you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. So he helps with the hose placement. I'm at the pumper truck, and I swear to God, the guy that was running the pumper truck was 90 years old.
He was at least, yeah.
I mean, we keep talking Tales from the Crypt. The Crypt Keeper was running the pumper truck and hitting all of the valves and everything, and he's taking forever. So I just went, this one, and I would point, and he'd go, yeah. And I would turn that one, and I'd listen for Dan. Go to this one. And I would turn, and the old man just sat down on the step of the fire truck while I ran the pumper, and Dan is helping with the hoses. Yeah. We're the volunteer fire department.
we get there, and there's one guy with gear on, getting ready to go in and look for cats in his house.
Yeah.
We get him geared up. He goes in. Charlie and I go in after him, basically, without any gear, like an idiot.
You did. I stayed at the door. Yeah, I was not that dumb.
I knew enough to what I was doing, I guess. But I go in there and help with these cats. And then as other fire departments were showing up and other personnel, because the department that should have responded there was on another house fire. So
two houses had been hit by lightning. It was a bad storm.
It was nasty. So a neighboring department showed up.
Yeah.
And so they didn't know us from, Adam. I'm barking orders, and I'm barking orders because I had spent years in the fire service. I went to school for fire science and everything. So I'm barking orders, and they're taking commands like I'm supposed to be telling them.
Like I said, as long as you act like you know what you're doing.
And so they're setting up an attack and a defense on this house and defending the other homes based on my orders. And I relieve guys, I take hoses, I'm fighting from outside and everything else. I'm just drenched or whatever. So we finally get done, get up, walk over, and they go, oh, hey, Chief's here. Da, da, da. Okay, Chief walks over. I give my report he goes, who's in charge? They point at me. I went, all right. I give my report to the chief. He goes, hey, I appreciate it. What department are you with? I'm like, I'm not. And he goes, the hell? And I said, I spent years as a firefighter back home in Kentucky years ago and everything else. I said, so we just happened across the thing and saw what was going on and decided to help. And he looked at me because you got me kidding me. I went, nope. Have a good night, guys. And we walked back to the truck.
We walked back to the poor Ben. Benny's in the group. He's sitting in the truck wanting to go home. We're fighting the fire.
Yeah.
It was, and the weird thing is we saw the lightning strike.
Yeah.
We were on the 4-lane, almost ready to turn into the development, and we're
Yeah.
like, whoa, that was close. Stopped at my house, dropped something off, I think, because then we were going to take Benny. We were taking Ben home or to his car.
You were taking him back to my place because he parked at my place.
That's right. We were taking him back to your place. So we drove the loop around, which took us by the house, and we're like, oh, that's where it hit.
Yeah.
So that's why Dan knows a bit more about the fire truck in this.
Yeah, on this one, yeah. So anyway, the best day at work we ever had. Well, besides the day we had to move a wall with a sledgehammer, that was fun too.
They'll say that for another movie.
So anyway, that's my complaint about the movie Con Air. And to this day, and I'll tell you now, I'll spoil a little bit of the Ali Yong bit. I love Con Air. I love the movie Con Air. This is still one of those ones every time I watch, I go, son of a bitch, you ruined me. Because I'm watching it going,
movie magic, sir. Movie magic.
And again, of course, this is why in the group and on the show, I sing the praises of Backdraft as an action movie. There is definitely some bits of that movie we would make fun of in the fire service as well, but I digress. Con Air, Charlie, I remember seeing it and buying. It was one of the not the first group of DVDs I ever bought. I bought a DVD. The first DVD player I bought had DivX.
Wow.
Do you remember DivX?
I do.
Yeah, it had DivX capabilities.
Yeah.
So
the first, a lot later than that. Yeah.
Yeah. The first two DVDs I bought the day I bought it was Tombstone and Backdraft.
Nice.
But Con Air, then I think it was Con Air and Waterboy, I think were the next two. So like Con Air has been a go-to film for me for quite a while.
My first DVD player and DVD was when I met Jackie. And
wow.
It was before we actually got married. So this was like 2000. I got it for Christmas. It was her big gift to me. My first DVD was Eraser.
Man, were you guys together that long before I met you?
Yeah.
Were you?
Yep.
I thought you guys were only together like a year or two before I met you.
We got married in 2001 and we were together a year before that. So, yeah.
I'm about to say, and I've known you for
just before Anthony,
18?
Which would have been 05.
05. Yeah. I didn't realize it was that you guys were together that long.
Yeah, we already had the house.
Don't worry, folks. One of these days, next time I'm around Charlie's house, I will sneak a picture of him and Jackie on their honeymoon when Charlie's a fresh-faced, no facial haired
she'll probably send
kid.
it to you. Yeah, just ask her. She'll send it to you.
And if that's not good enough, then I'll call Mom and I'll get pictures from your high school basketball days.
There's the basketball days. There's the prom picture. There's all.
Yeah,
there's some fun ones.
They're fantastic, especially if you see Charlie now. They're
yeah. I don't. A lot of friends, especially like in the group.
You had hair on your head and none on your face, which is the exact opposite now.
I get that a lot now. Like, wait, I know you, don't I? You don't look the same. No, I don't.
The only thing still is that you're still a large, tall presence dude. And and you still have no ass.
Yeah, some people are known for America's ass. I am known for no ass.
You're like Liechtenstein's ass. It's small.
I am the flatlands, the badlands. It's flat.
It's pretty bad.
Salt flats. Bam.
The salt flats of your ass. All right, enough ass talk.
How did that happen again?
It happens. All right, Charlie, do you want to get to the owl? You want to get to the owl bit?
Yeah, I think we can do the owls now. We already did body count, which again, if anyone forgot, it's 43.
43. All right, let's get to the owl bit. Here, I've been working on this. Ali Yong rating system. Ali Yong rating system.
I'm not helping with that. No.
Okay, we haven't had a chance to discuss the change from a 5 Liang to a 10 Liang system yet.
We haven't discussed it, so
So I got to call you tomorrow, I guess, and talk about this.
I guess so. Is this going to be the final?
This will be the final up to 5 Leong system.
Okay.
And then after we do this, like we've talked about on the last episode, we will go back and do an Al Leong revamp of the movies we've done.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a small breakdown before the next episode of where we're at so far and
Yeah,
update.
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
There we go. We'll figure it out. That's fine.
Charlie, Al Leong me on the Con Air.
Okay. I'm gonna do this 2 different ways. On the scale of Nicolas Cage movies, Con Air is 5 Al Leongs.
Okay, but rated on the scale of Con Air.
On the scale of action movies, Con Air, 4 Al Leongs.
4 Al Leongs.
4 Al Leongs across the board.
All right. This movie, for me, again, I rank... Nicolas Cage is fine. I have no problem with Nicolas Cage in this movie.
Yeah.
Cusack is a little goofy. I don't know why he was standing outside the plane with the boombox over his head. I don't understand.
That's a total. You watched a different cut than I did.
That was a different movie?
That was a different movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I remember watching it.
No, you should ask, why did he stand behind the jet engine of a plane?
Yeah. And it about killed him.
Yeah. Had the Looney Tunes burn mark on his white shirt for the rest of the movie.
So damn dumb. I know someone actually did stand behind a plane once, my uncle, and got blown backwards. He never had a Looney Tune mark. Yeah. He was deaf for like 2 days.
That was wash, not thrust.
Yeah, he got blown. He was an aircraft refueler, by the way. People were wondering why he was standing behind a jet.
It was like, he's your family. I wasn't wondering at all.
There's that too. I'm going to give, in a surprising turn, I'm going to give it 4 1/4 Al Leongs. And
just to be different, or
no, I think it's definitely a solid 4. But
yeah,
the performances of Buscemi and Malkovich alone, in my opinion, twisted up a little bit higher. The fire truck bit kills it some for me. But those 2 alone, I would like to have seen, backstory movies on those
like
2
prequels.
Characters.
Yeah.
And also
that's how you do the horror movie with Steve Buscemi. Give me the prequel of Garland Green.
This also is probably my introduction to Danny Trejo.
I mean, he's done a lot of movies beforehand, but he was actually pretty prevalent in this movie. He was a named character.
He brought in the main tattoo. If you know, Danny Trejo has a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
The main one on his chest is of a señorita, and he brings that tattoo as a story element into this movie. So again, I'm going to give it 4 1/4 Al Leongs. And it's one of those ones, like I said, for some reason, it hit at the right time of my life where it has always kind of stuck with me. I love Con Air.
I love it 100%. It's a feel good movie. We both rated it as one of the top 3 movies of the 90s.
Yeah, there are some elements of it that there's elements of it I'm watching yesterday going, all right, let's get fast. What is this? Okay, let's get but
there's a couple things, but nothing that really would be like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
No. Like I said, I mean, the stuff when he comes home with the wife and stuff, it has to be there, obviously, for storytelling and setup and stuff like that. But like, it's almost like I not to the extreme of Full Metal Jacket, but it's almost like the movie starts once they're getting on the plane.
Yeah, movie kind of starts right with Cameron in the jail cell. But how do you get Cameron in the jail cell without
you have to do the
first part?
We should do Full Metal Jacket, by the way.
It's definitely one that can be on the list. I rank that as an action movie.
But that's 2 movies. Full Metal Jacket's 2 movies.
Yeah, that's 2 separate
Island,
movies.
Paris Island movie is one movie. Vietnam is another movie.
That's almost one that would have to be like a 2-episoder where
that's
you talk about the first one and then talk about the second part.
I agree.
You were just talking about Danny Trejo, so I clicked on it real quick.
Yeah, please.
407 acting credits. You were making a joke about Nicolas Cage. Give me 20 minutes. Give me an hour, and I'll get to Danny Trejo. Which
And he
Danny
didn't start till he
Trejo's
was like 30 something, right? It says here the first movie credited 83, Project A. Yeah. But then Runaway Train, Bulletproof, The Hidden, Death Wish 4. Love the Death Wish movies. The old Bronson stuff. Wow, yeah. I'm looking at some of this stuff now. Maniac Cop 2. I love it. March for Death. Hey, he had to deal with Seagal. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, he's one of those guys that if you really go back and look at some of this stuff, like I've never really looked at a lot of this. Heat, Anaconda, a bunch of really good stuff. And again, like we said, I don't think he started till he was in his 30s of some sort.
Yeah, he is definitely worth looking at. Like they did the Henchman, the Al Leong story. Danny Trejo needs a biography about him. He's got some history to him. I like Danny Trejo. And, without Danny Trejo, we wouldn't have Machete.
Machete don't text.
Machete don't text.
He don't text. So that is the long and short of Con Air. It's another 2-hour episode, man.
What?
We got to another 2-hour episode of this thing.
It's an hour and 45 minutes. Stop it.
It didn't feel like that, did it?
No, because you know what? We're entertaining.
Medic! Yeah. I guess that's true. All right. Well, do you have anything else to say about it, or should we go into the closing thank you bit?
Oh, we can go into the closing thank you bit.
All right. So here on Give Me Back My Action Movies, we always say a few thank yous. First of all, we say thank you to Sludgecast. Thanks, Sludge, not for just being on our show, but being friends of the show. Please check out Sludgecast wherever you find this podcast and other great quality podcasts. There's probably some crappy podcasts on whatever you're listening to as well, but don't listen to those. Instead, listen to us and Sludgecast. Please go check out Good Beer, Bad Movie Night with Pete and the gang over there. They put forth really good episodes about movies that are less than good, I guess you could say.
But good beer.
Yeah, although I do argue with them, I still like the movie The Wizard. Check out Poster Smash's stuff. They're in the group, and they have their own Instagram, so check that out, please. And we'd like to thank Mountain Empire Comics in Johnson City and Bristol, Tennessee, respectively. Check them out on Facebook. Say hello to Diane. Say hello to Rob. Diane's in the group, I believe. I don't know. Rob's not.
Probably not.
But I believe Diane is. Again, with our show, in regards to our show, subscribe on Podbean, on Apple, whatever the hell Apple's done with their stuff recently. I don't know. But wherever you listen to this, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. That is the biggest way for us to grow and gain followers. The more we grow, the more we can do for you, and the more we will do with you as we grow as well. Check out Charlie on Instagram. He runs the Instagram. Check him out.
Yes, I do.
He does a lot more on the Facebook than I do as well. So
yes,
check
I
him out
do.
on that too. But you can also email us, which is what I really check out more than Charlie. Not that there's much on there from Pete, but it is at gmbmampod@gmail.com. One of these days, Pete, you will email me on that, I'm sure. Charlie, I think that's pretty much all of my thank yous and plugs and such. Obviously, listen to the stuff that we plugged during the commercial break as well.
Yes.
Give that all a shot. Let us know what you think about the show. Seriously, if you're in the group, let us know. You can instant message Charlie. You can instant message me. Just let us know what you think. We do this for fun, but we do this for you. We want to make sure you're enjoying this. If there's something you don't enjoy, let us know. If there's something you really do enjoy, let us know. We do talk about the show. We take all that in consideration. So please let us know what you think. Charlie?
Yes.
I'm going to shut up and have a drink of this beverage you tell everyone thanks to.
Thank you, everyone.
You got any
I
other
think we've
plugs?
plugged just about everybody. We are running. You've probably heard we have legit commercials now. So,
That was a tasty
was it a
beverage.
tasty beverage?
Had some kick.
Check out the Give Me Back My Horror Movies group if you're into horror movies. Be on the lookout. I think we're going to do an episode with Nate and us on the action movie.
Yeah.
Kind of introduce him to everyone before we drop the first horror movie episode.
I have an idea for that.
Oh, do you?
I do. We can discuss that when we come offline here.
We sure can, because I think we've discussed enough stuff with everyone.
I think so too. Everyone, get out of here. I've had enough of you. But until then, hey, in all seriousness, though, be careful out there, everyone. Be cool. Everyone, do your own thing and just get along. We will see you in 2 weeks. Charlie, I'm done, man.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say?
I'll be back.
I knew you'd say that.